Hi guys, today I'm gonna be doing a little Q&A video for you guys, and I don't know why, but I kind of always hesitate to do these types of videos. It's literally been over 3 years since I've done an actual sit-down Q&A video, and I think it's mainly just because I always feel like no one actually cares. And it's ironic because I always love watching Q&A videos, especially when it's someone that I'm genuinely interested in their content. So I feel like if you're watching this, you hopefully care at least a little bit about me. If not, that's fine. If you're looking for a sign to not get layers, this video is your sign, because look at how my hair is like this a lot of the time. Like, it's kind of just like in the front, but it's not as long as the other side, and that's because I have layers, ladies and gentlemen. So if you don't want your hair to look like it is chopped way shorter and stragglier on the one side, then don't get layers. Because I was feeling too lazy to style my hair this day, and I didn't think about it that it looks so freaking strange to have the one side of your hair be way shorter. So like, it's bothering me the entire time I'm editing this. Try to ignore it. Don't get layers unless you're willing to put in the work to style them or to make sure that they don't go to the front like that, because I'm just like, who let her go on camera like that? Who let her? But that's kind of the main reason I hesitate to do them. Also, I always look back and cringe. Like the one that I did 3 years ago, I watched a little bit of it this morning and it made me want to delete my entire existence from the internet and pretend that I never made YouTube videos ever, because it was so embarrassing. The thing is, I want to go back and delete those videos, like all my old videos from the past 2 to 3 years, so badly, because they're so bad and they make me want to crawl into a little ball and jump into a hole and never come out again, because they're really just so bad. The thing that stops me from doing it is, number one, if I would delete every video that I find cringy, I'd probably delete over half the videos on my channel. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm holding myself back. Anyway, yeah, so today we're doing a Q&A. I asked you guys on my Instagram to ask me questions. You guys know the drill with these types of videos, and I'm kind of gonna do this video podcast style. So I have my little Blue Yeti mic here with me today, and this was actually gifted to me recently. Like, it was not by Blue Yeti, someone actually gave this mic to me and I was not expecting it, and I am so excited to have this because it's kind of making my podcast dreams come true. Because for the longest time now, I have been dreaming about starting a podcast and I haven't done it yet because I'm kind of scared, because like, what if I'm really bad at it, and what if I can't make interesting podcast episodes? Once I got this mic though, it kind of has inspired me to maybe potentially start a podcast. I don't know if I will. It might take me a little while to build up the courage. Let me know if that's something you guys would be interested in. I'm using it for this video today because, like I said, I'm unleashing my inner podcaster, and I just feel like it kind of looks very cool and professional to have it here. We got the red sweatshirt on. It's 4th of July today when I'm filming this, so we have like red, white, and blue. I guess that wasn't really intentional, but yeah. And I also have my coffee. So I saw a lot of like repetitive, very like baseline get to know me questions that I was kind of shocked that you guys don't know, but then I realized there's a lot of you guys that are really new to my channel. Maybe you just subscribed and you don't really know anything about me. So I am 17 years old. I live in Pennsylvania in the United States. I am going into my senior year of high school, which is absolutely insane. I homeschooled from preschool through 9th grade, and then for the past 2 years I've been going to a actual in-person private school. I live with my family. I have my 2 parents and then 4 siblings, and I am the second oldest. What else? I am 5'3". I love fashion, photography, videos. I've been making videos for over 4 years. I've always loved like making little videos. Yeah, and I guess that's basically who I am, and I'm gonna get started with the actual questions. Do you have another job besides YouTube? So at this current moment, YouTube is my only job. It's my main source of income, which I'm so incredibly grateful that I can make even any money off of YouTube. But I have actually worked at multiple places before, and I haven't really shared that part of my life with you guys, just because like it's just kind of part of my personal life, and it never really flowed naturally into like my vlogs and stuff. So this last summer I worked at a coffee shop, and before that I had like interned there through my school. My school that I went to the past 2 years has like internships. So the spring semester of my sophomore year, I interned at a coffee shop, and then they offered me a job, so I worked there a few days a week last summer. And then I've also interned at a meat stand, which is completely traumatizing, and we're not going to talk about that. And then I also interned at a greenhouse, which was very chill and fun. So yeah, I have worked other places, but like I said, haven't really shared it a lot with you guys. But back to the actual question, YouTube is my job right now and I love YouTube. Although I will say I do kind of miss working at the coffee shop because I loved the interactions that I would have with people, like working in customer service, because there were so many different types of people that would come through the drive-thru at the coffee shop, and like sometimes they would be really mean and scary and they would make you want to cry and like your legs would hurt from standing all day, but other times it would be like the sweetest people ever and you would have such fun, unique conversations. So I definitely miss aspects of working at like an actual job, but I also love YouTube and I could do this all day every day and I love it. Do you think going to in-person school has changed you? This is a really good question. As I said earlier, for those of you that don't know, I was homeschooled for most of my life, and then the past 2 years I went to in-person school, and I would definitely say yes, it has changed me a lot. Like I'm so grateful for the experiences that going to in-person school had on me, because when I think back to the person that I was when I first started going to school, it is like such a different person than who I am today, and I definitely like myself a lot better now. I'm a lot more confident now than I used to be, like even just like in my social skills, because I don't want to feed into the stereotype that homeschoolers have no social skills, because obviously that can be true sometimes, but in a lot of cases and with a lot of my friends that I have that are homeschooled, it's not the case. However, I have definitely seen a lot of improvement in my social skills after going to school and having to interact with kids my age every single day, and I think overall I'm just a lot more confident in like me as a person, and I think part of that definitely attributes to just me growing up and becoming like older. Also, I have a lot more friends now than I used to, and it's not that I didn't have any friends when I was homeschooled, but I just had less, and that's okay. It's okay to not to have a lot of friends, but the friends that I have made from going to school are such incredible people, and I'm so thankful for the friends that, like I said, I've made. Obviously everyone's experience is different, and some people can be homeschooled their whole life and love it, and some people can go to in-person school their whole life and love it. Do you plan to quit YouTube when you get older? This question scares me so freaking much because I don't know, and I honestly don't really like thinking about my future too much, not in like a way that I don't prepare for the future at all, but in the sense that like just not knowing what's gonna happen in the future is so scary, because I wish I could control everything and I wish I knew the answers, but I don't. So at this point, hopefully not, because making videos is such a huge part of my life. I've literally been doing it since I was like 8 years old, just talking to my parents' iPad. Realistically, I probably won't do it forever. I don't even know where social media is gonna be in like 5, 10, 15, 20 years. Like I don't know if being a content creator is even gonna be a thing, because I don't know what the future holds, which is so scary, but like it's all in God's hands and it's okay. How to ask people to help you take photos without feeling the need to be awkward. Oh my goodness, I always feel so awkward asking people besides like my family to take photos with me. Even my family, honestly, the only person that I don't feel awkward asking to take photos with me is my younger sister Emily, because we just kind of get each other like that, and like I don't feel bad bossing her around. But anyone else asking them to take photos of me is just like, I feel like I'm being super vain and awkward, and a lot of the times they don't know my angles, and then I feel bad, and it just, yeah. So honestly, I don't really have advice on that question, because I literally don't take Instagram photos, because What is your best advice for not caring about what other people think? First of all, I want to say I'm not perfect at this at all. I definitely still care way too much about what other people think about me, but something that has been helping me a lot, and that I like try to remember, is that if someone is judging me or they don't like me, that is not my problem. That is literally their problem. And also, a lot of the times these people that are judging you or that you think in your head are judging you don't actually truly know you, and if they did know you, they probably would love you, and even if they didn't, it's like, okay, who cares? It takes so much mental energy to always be caring about what people are thinking about you, and I feel like the older I get, me acting like I'm literally 30 years old, but like the older I get, the more I just don't have the mental energy to care as much about what other people think about me, because it is my life. And if they want to judge my life, that's okay, but like, what are you doing with your life? Like, are you doing anything better? Also, another thing that I say to myself is I don't accept judgment, or I guess criticism, from people that I don't look up to or that I wouldn't take advice from. Hi guys, so I'm editing this video right now, and I just wanted to kind of elaborate on this topic of constructive criticism and clarify what I meant. So I am very open to taking constructive criticism if it has good intention behind it and it's not just someone straight up judging me, and also if it's someone, like I said, that I look up to, that I trust, that like has my genuine best interests in mind. But yeah, just wanted to clarify, don't be that type of person that doesn't take any constructive criticism and it isn't open to learning and changing and growing and admitting that they're wrong. But don't let random people that are jealous of you and have nothing better to do with their lives dictate what you do with your life. So I don't know why this is like turning into an advice video. I was really trying to keep it about like personal stuff, Like, it's kind of personal, like. So if there's someone that is criticizing you or judging you, it's like, do you want to be where they're at in life? Like, do you even actually care what they think about you? Because would you take advice from them? Probably not. Are you planning to live by yourself in the future? I love the idea of living alone, like having that freedom and that independence to have your own place, decorate it, be on your own, really just create your own schedule and not be like bumping into other people. But I also get way too scared, especially at night, like being a girl, the thought of like someone breaking in. And I know a lot of that is definitely in my mind, but I've also heard stories of girls living alone. And also I'm decently extroverted. I'm like an introverted extrovert, ambivert, but like I love being around people, so I feel like it could be really easy for me to get into this hermit state of mind, state of living where I don't interact with people as much, and I would have to be definitely very intentional about like seeing my family. I'm actually so back and forth in this one because, like I said, I love the idea of it, but it's also very scary, and like I don't know. Which genre of music do you listen to the most? I really don't have a definitive answer for this one because it changes all the time and it really depends on like the day, the week, the month, my mood. Because on one hand, I really love hip hop and rap. Like I love me some Drake. I love me some upbeat tunes that are really just gonna like get me going. But then I also love like more the Taylor Swift vibe, but then I also love like R&B, but then I also really love worship music, that type of vibe. It's very just like all over the place. Okay, this one is so cute. What was your dream job when you were little? And when I was little, I kid you not, I literally wanted to be a barista, like work in a coffee shop. That was my thing. Like being a YouTuber for me was never really an option. I didn't ever think I was gonna be a YouTuber. Like I love making videos, but when I was little, my brain was like coffee. Like I was like, coffee shop, that's what I'm gonna do. And that dream kind of did come true because like I said, last summer I worked at a coffee shop and it was so much fun. But I also don't think I could see myself actually doing that full time because I get bored really easily and I love like being in control of stuff. Not like in a weird way, but I just like being able to control my schedule. How did you feel when you first started driving? Do you have any tips for starting? First of all, let me say that driving is something that has legitimately changed my life so much. Like before I was able to drive, if I wanted to hang out with friends, I would have to get my mom or my dad or my older sister to drive me places, and I always felt like I was bothering people. And if I wanted to like go to a coffee shop, I had to plan it out. And like even hanging out with friends, like I couldn't really be spontaneous because everything needed to be planned in advance. But now that I can drive, I can be so much more spontaneous. Like if I want to go to a coffee shop to work or if I want to go hang out with a friend, I can just do it and I can drive there, and it has just brought me so much freedom and joy, and I love it. And driving is like my favorite thing ever. Also, I know that a lot of people stereotype girls as being bad drivers. I mean, maybe I shouldn't like put this out there because I might jinx myself, but like I genuinely feel like I'm a pretty good driver. Maybe I'm not, but I feel like I am. Like I'm decently confident in my driving skills. Anyway, so back to the question. When I first started driving, I was terrified because I thought you drove like this. Like that's how I envisioned driving, and I felt like I had no control over the vehicle and I didn't know how to drive and I was terrified. I really feel like with driving, practice makes perfect, and like that's so cliche, but it's so true because even just over the past year when I was driving myself to school, I genuinely feel like that routine of driving every day to school, every day back from school helped me with just improving over time. Also, when you're taking your driver's test, I made this note on my notes app. I'll just put a screenshot here up in the screen, but I made a note on how to pass your driver's test, and I made it for myself, but I still have it, and I feel like it low-key might be helpful if you are going to take your driver's test. I know that a lot of people are scared of driving, which is very understandable because it is kind of scary, but I'm telling you, it is so liberating and freeing once you are confident in your driving skills and you can drive yourself places. So definitely go get your driver's license. 10 out of 10, recommend doing it. Drive safe, be careful, but like it's amazing. I love driving. On that note, I also got a question, where is the little cow in your car from? So if you guys don't know, I have like a little very mini stuffed animals collection in my car. They're all Palm Pals, like that's the brand, it's Palm Pals. It's kind of funny though because each one has its own interesting story behind it. It's not that interesting, but each one kind of has a different meaning. So the first one, Tucker, is the first one that I got him from Amazon, and he was like my car bear. He's the OG car bear. He's the OG stuffed animal. And then the second one is Drake. Anyway, he was given to me by one of my dear friends, Melody. We love Drake. And then the third one, his name is Carl, and I recently got him when I was at the beach with my friends. We all got like matching little cows. It was at like a candy shop. It was so random. 10 out of 10, recommend getting them in your car. I'm gonna try not to make it like too much of an obsession because I don't want to have the car overwhelmingly filled with stuffed animals, but I like how each one kind of has like a meaning behind it or like some sort of story or memory attached. Anyway, that was like a very long unnecessary rant for that. Okay, it truly would not be a Q&A video unless I answered this question. Do you have a boyfriend? And the answer is no. I do not have a boyfriend. My love life is extremely dry right now. I don't have anything going on. A lot of you guys seem to think that I'm hiding someone. Like, I've been getting so many random messages like, who are you hiding? Like, show us your boyfriend. Who's this guy? And I'm like, there's no one. I don't have anyone. Another question that I got related to this is, if you had a boyfriend, would you ever show him in your videos? And honestly, I don't know, because I would definitely let you guys know if I had a boyfriend, like just generally putting it out there. I have a boyfriend, but I don't know how much I would be comfortable putting my relationship online, because putting your relationship online is so vulnerable, and I've seen it so many times where like a couple breaks up and then the audience is kind of mad and like they pick sides, and it's just this whole thing, and I don't really think I would want to have it be that public. So I feel like showing friends in videos is one thing because it's like that's your friend, but then a boyfriend is something a lot more personal and intimate, and like if you break up you're not really hanging out anymore. I just don't know if I really want to put that online. It's kind of vulnerable, but maybe I will. I don't know. We'll see. But at this point, that's kind of like where I stand on that. Do you feel like you've gotten closer to God, or like how's your relationship going with God? So for those of you that don't know, I am a non-denominational Christian. I feel like my faith isn't one of the key elements of my channel just because it's something that's very personal to me, but I do love it so much and I'm not ashamed of it. My relationship with God, it goes in ebbs and flows. It's not perfect at all, but like obviously I still believe him and I love him at all times. But recently it has been a lot better because I have been getting into the word almost every single day. I don't do this every day, I'm not perfect at it, but like just getting up and reading my Bible has helped me so much. So I've definitely been getting better at that, which is helping me in my relationship with God. The one thing I will say that I'm trying to work on right now is just talking to him more throughout the day, because sometimes I'm like, Jesus already has so much to like worry about with the world. I'm like, why would he care about me and like my little struggles? But then I remind myself that he created me and he literally cares so much about me, and also like he sees everything I'm doing anyway, so it's like may as well talk to him about it because you literally can't hide anything from God. So that's something I've been trying to work on, and like obviously just trying to wake up and right away read my Bible and be consistent with it, but also not beating myself up because it's not about your actions. Like that's not the main thing that God cares about. So yeah, that was kind of just a little rant, but that's a little bit of like my faith and where I've been. Advice on how to build a summer fit. So I love this question. I'm definitely not like a fashion expertise. I'm no Emma Chamberlain, but what I have been gravitating towards a lot this summer is jorts. If you follow me on my TikTok, you know that I'm literally obsessed with jorts. Like I love them so much. I feel like they're just the best summer thing to wear because they're comfortable, they're cute. So my staple outfit recently has been a pair of jorts with like any t-shirt, usually a little bit more fitted, but also like a baggy t-shirt looks really cool too. And then I love doing like a statement piece of jewelry, or I also do simple, so like I guess it doesn't really matter, like literally whatever I'm feeling that day, whatever the vibe is. And then for shoes, I have been loving my New Balance 550s and then also my Birkenstocks. If you've seen me at all in public this summer, that's probably like what I've been wearing. Do you believe in deep conspiracy theories like aliens? Honestly, conspiracy theories scare me and I try to like avoid them at all costs because like they could be true, they could not be true, and it kind of hurts my brain. So like I'm very neutral. I don't know, like I just try to avoid it because it's scary. What helps you every morning get out of bed early and not sleep in till later than your alarm? I have been really struggling with sleeping through my alarm recently. Like I wake up and I have to push snooze at least twice, and it's really bad because I really try to have like a nice early productive 5 a.m. type of morning, but a lot of times I literally sleep until like 8, which isn't that bad. It could be worse, but I think just the fact that I don't have the discipline to not push snooze really just like hurts my self-esteem. It's something I've kind of been struggling with for years, but it's starting to bother me more and more, and I really want to fix it. So like give me tips in the comments on how to not snooze through your alarm, because like I've been struggling with it, girl. Like, I don't know. Your favorite age from your life. I don't want to be cliche, but I feel like right now, 17 is such an amazing age because I'm not quite an adult. Like, I don't have those responsibilities. I'm like a little bit under that, but then I also can drive and I have that freedom and that flexibility, and I'm like old enough to go hang out with my friends, but then not old enough to have to pay a mortgage. I'm really trying to embrace being a teenager without putting too much attachment onto it, because I love being a teenager and like having all this freedom and flexibility, and I don't really want it to go away, but at the same time I know that it will, and I don't want to be too sad about it because life moves on and there's beauty in every stage of life. Do you enjoy living in PA, or would you want to move somewhere else? I 100% need to move somewhere else at some point in my life. I love PA and like the area I live in is great, but at the same time I want to go out there, I want to travel, I want to experience new places. I don't want to limit myself to only living in one state forever. Like if that's what you want to do, that's amazing, but me personally, I just feel like this urge inside of me to get out there and try new things and live in new places. Where that's gonna be, I don't know. Is it scary? Yes, very much so. Like I don't have it all figured out, but I know that I definitely want to move somewhere. Even if it's just for like 6 months, I want to try new places. I'm not sure if I want to do the whole like LA thing, because that is just very scary to me, and I don't know if it like aligns with what I'm trying to accomplish, but like maybe it does. I have no idea. Maybe like New York. I really enjoyed my trip to New York City, so maybe I'll move to like New York City. How do you just start filming? What's your process? Do you plan, or is it more spontaneous? So this really depends on what video I'm filming. So for instance, this video, extremely spontaneous. I decided I was gonna film it yesterday. I didn't plan out anything to say. I just like asked you guys on my Instagram to ask me questions, and I'm just answering them off the top of my head. It's not spontaneous down to the last minute. Like I usually plan out in advance what video I'm gonna film. I feel like the more I plan and try to make it perfect, it's never good enough for me, and then when I actually film it, my expectations are way too high. But whenever I do that, I go into my notes app. I love the notes app. The notes app is literally my favorite app ever, and I'll just plan out like generally what I'm gonna say. I don't do like full-on script, but I'll just kind of plan out like talking points, and then I'll just add little emojis and organize it just so that my brain can comprehend it more, and then when I'm filming, I have that to refer to. And then as far as like the editing process, it takes me so long to edit. It's actually kind of a problem because I'm kind of a perfectionist and I want my videos to be perfect, and I like by the end of it, I never feel like my video is perfect. I just kind of get to a point where I'm like, okay, you gotta post it. I also got a lot of questions about my hair care routine. I genuinely would love to answer this question, but I don't have a hair care routine, and I feel like I'm not that happy with my hair. Like I've been trying out a lot of new products and nothing's like fully clicking. It's like it's not that bad, but it could be better. I'm kind of on this journey of like figuring out what works for me and what works for my hair, and also like my hair is naturally kind of curly wavy, and I'm trying to figure out how to style that and how to like make my curls actually look good. But then when I blow dry my hair, like what products to use, because my hair is so frizzy and dry. If I ever find a routine that I'm just like obsessed with, then I'll definitely give you guys more like actual hair care routine, but like as of now, there's nothing new interesting. Do you find it annoying being in the same room as your sister, and do you fight sometimes? So if you guys didn't know, my sister Emily and I share a room, and it is definitely annoying at times. Like I used to be scared of sleeping alone at night, so I didn't mind it, but now I would love to have my own room. I don't hate it because like we're pretty close. It's okay. We get along for the most part. Every now and then we fight, but like not actually like a fight. Like we'll literally be laughing 5 minutes later. So it's fine. It's not that bad. I'm not gonna complain because like we don't have enough bedrooms in our house for everyone to have their own bedroom, which is okay. But yes, I would definitely love to have my own room. Okay guys, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here because I've been talking for probably like an hour. I didn't even answer that many questions. I just like can't stop talking, and it's kind of a problem. I'm gonna have way too much to edit through. Hopefully you feel like you know me at least a little bit better now. If you don't, that'd be really sad because I just talked about myself for the whole video. That's why I don't like Q&As, because I feel like I'm just talking about myself the whole time, but it's also like that's the point of a Q&A. So yeah, anyway, I hope that you have an amazing rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching. I love you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.